People who are financially free, whether they be people making, we talked about Daniel Kahneman says make $70,000 a year. That's kind of the tip of financial freedom. You're going to do that by acquiring skills that are in demand and scarce. That simple. And sometimes people think this isn't fair. And I can see both sides. I could see people saying, well, is it fair that an athlete makes more than a school teacher or a doctor? And in some ways I see that argument. That's not fair. But I'll tell you, let's step back away from exceptional athletes and let's think just in the industries that are common in the world. Let's say doctors, a hospital. Let's say you cut your hand. You go into a doctor's office or you go to the emergency room of the hospital. Who would you want fixing your hand? Let's say you need surgery. Would you want the person who was the most skilled? Let's say there was a class of students. Some of them became nurses. Some of them became the secretary at the hospital. Some of them became the master surgeon, a genius surgeon. So there's a room of 50 people when they're 18 years old. And now they've all, gotten older and they work in the hospital. Who do you want to fix your hand? I want the one who was the best, and that means scarce. Because when my hand's cut, they're in demand for me, and I'm willing to pay them the most resources. And in the modern world, that translates not, I was saying Native Americans used to exchange, they called it wampum or something. It was seashells that were rare. So instead of money, they would exchange those. So throughout all history, people have been exchanging stuff that's rare. And you see this beyond just money. Anything that's rare and in demand makes more money. You see, this with top supermodels or, Kim Kardashian. The Kardashian people make fun of this, but there's not that many families like them. It's scarce, and I don't know if it's for good, it seems to be in demand in the world. And remember, I'm not always saying that this is the best for the world. I'm not answering. What I am saying is this underlying principle has been going on since the beginning of time, or the beginning of us humans, and it's probably going to keep going this way. And a lot of times it works well. Like I said, when you go to the hospital, you'll want the smartest kid in class. Not just the smartest, because not just like IQ, but the kid who was the best at understanding hand surgery or heart surgery, or if you had a heart attack. You don't want some person off the street that just knows how to flip burgers, fixing your heart. So, like I said, I can argue both sides. It's not as bad of a world as you think, but here's the important news for you. You will acquire financial freedom in one way only, and that is acquiring those two things. Stuff that's scarce and in demand. So for some of you, that means acquiring new skills, and we're going to go through those. The good news is in this program, you're going to learn some shortcuts because, and I don't mean that in a weird, cheesy way, a lot of people spend 20, 30 years of their life before they realize this principle. If I could be 18 years old or even 8 years old, I wish someone had drilled this into my head. Hey, Ty, the more scarce in-demand stuff, skills and resources you possess, in this case, skills, okay, the more resources and money you will have. And that is an immutable principle. I don't care if somebody tells you all you have to do is trade Forex stocks or buy real estate and this is how you're going to make money and become financially free. Oh, just do this network marketing or whatever. Not that any of those things are bad, but they never trump or supersede this principle. That's it. That's the most important thing. And I like to remember, the point of this program is for me to take very complicated things and make it simple, because that's what I wish somebody had done to me. And that's what I do on an ongoing basis for myself. I read a complicated book and I'm like, what's the takeaway? What's practical stuff? So when you look at your life now and you're not liking the financial freedom or lack of it that you have, you don't like the bills piling up, not being able to pay them, you can thrash out and be like, I'm going to solve it I'm going to occupy Wall Street. I'm going to go picket. I'm going to be mad. It's the Illuminati. It's the banking system. It's this. It's that. No, no, no. Let's be honest with ourselves. No delusion. It's probably, when I was broke, it's because I didn't know enough scarce and in-demand stuff. Now, this might seem overwhelming. You're like, well, Ty, are you saying I have to become a brain surgeon? I have to become a pro athlete? No. Because the beauty is, I'm using examples of people who make $100 million. This program is not for you to become a billionaire. This is for you to become financially free and independent. And to do that, the world is operating at such a low level. You're not going to have to do as much as you think to start rising above the crowd. Like Thoreau said, the mass of men lead lives of quiet desperation. What's called resignation is confirmed desperation. Like Warren Buffett said, when he was young and starting out, and he mentored under Benjamin Graham, went to Wharton, all these great things. He said, I came out into the world and I thought everybody would be amazing. But then I realized, no, I was surprised. Very few people are on the right track, and it wasn't hard to stand out. So it's not going to take you much change in your life. Some of it's just a mindset change. You know why I encourage you to read books? Because nobody reads books. So you start reading books and injecting knowledge into your head. And let me just say this, because sometimes people are like, again, Ty, are you saying I have to be a pro athlete or, a billionaire stock trader or something? No. The best one to start with, which you're already doing, if you want to stand out from the crowd, trust me, knowledge will make you more money in and of itself without even, if someone comes in, this actually happened. We hired, I'm always hiring new people, and someone came in and we're trying to decide between a few people and how much we'd pay the new people. And one of them, compared to the other two, I could tell she'd read books. She had ideas. We were doing a Facebook marketing campaign, and she's like, hey, Ty, I read about doing this, and here's an idea. And all right away, she got the slot to make more money, like a supervisory role working for us. She's making, the only difference, she's not higher IQ than the other people. It's not the Illuminati. She wasn't born. It's the knowledge. So I want to say there's a lot of skills you can acquire. Now, you need to have hard